Welcome, gentle listeners, to the next round of Beer Thursday. I am the special guest, Kiki. I may find Shayne and Jay. We're down here on the strip in Vegas. I left them at a bar. I better go see where they are and see if they can join us. Boys, are you coming?
Well, that depends on what you mean by that.
Oh, this is the
Wow.
adult version we're going to do.
Yeah, expect the adult
You
show.
know, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
I've heard about
My
that.
lips are always sealed. Unless it makes for a good story.
Hey.
Then
So, Vegas.
Heal them.
Vegas.
I've been out here for 10 years
Has
now.
it been 10 years?
That is
Yes,
a
it
long
has.
vacation.
It is. I came and I lost all my money and could never find my way home.
Hate it when that
So,
happens.
yeah.
So did you move to Vegas on purpose? Did you have to
Yes.
for work? Okay.
For husband's job.
Okay.
They asked him, could you please relocate? We want you at the corporate offices. It was also strategic in that it puts us closer to San Diego area.
Mhm.
Instead of being a 2-day drive from Dallas-Fort Worth,
Mhm.
it's only like a 5-hour drive to get to San Diego, which is where at the time my father-in-law and mother-in-law lived. So we actually got, okay, this is the downer part, but we actually got a great last year with him before he passed away. So we have a
good.
lot of great memories at the beach and things like that. So when it
Nice.
came time to reevaluate, do we want to move back? And it was like, cost of living was so much better. We looked at things in Texas and it was like, wow, it's gotten really expensive. And then my folks said, hey, we're going to move up there because you took the grandbabies with you. So now they're here too. And
I didn't know that.
So yeah, I can't take them back. They're not going nowhere.
Yeah.
And they need me to kind of stick around and go, no, give me the keys. You shouldn't be driving to the store anymore. So I will bring you what you need. Yes, I'll bring you more wine. Yes, I'll bring the snacks. Okay, it's yes. One of the grandchildren will get you taken care of, but no more
Stop crying.
driving.
Stop crying. Stop crying.
Yes, exactly. Come full circle. I am now the parent. Yes, totally.
Yes,
So,
absolutely.
so we
yeah.
stayed
So it-
here for that.
Is
Oh,
it
cool.
difficult for the kids to sleep with all the slot machines dinging and ringing and then all those lights all over the casinos? It seems like it would be a hard place for
Right,
that's-
yeah, because they have a special area where they fold up their cot each day so they can get out of the
Yeah.
way of
That's
stuff.
good. That's
Yeah.
good.
It is so funny when people say, "Oh, you live in Vegas. Oh, you're at the strip all the time, and you're like in the casinos all the time." And you're like, "No, I actually am way in the Northwest
Mhm.
area, away from the strip. It takes me about 35 minutes just to even get down to like where any of the casinos would start or downtown. And it just looks like any other cookie cutter suburban. Everything's stucco and Spanish tile, so it looks like California,
Yeah.
houses and stuff. But I will say this. So when we were here moved 10 years ago, our house is a typical Vegas house. It is 6 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, 3,400 square feet.
Oh.
And
Wow.
at the time, we paid $300,000 for it.
Holy shit.
And it was
Yeah.
like, do an
Wow.
equivalent to what would that be in Dallas-Fort Worth even 10 years ago.
Yeah.
But
No
all the
kidding.
houses out here are just, they're 2-story, they're big,
Yeah.
got the pool and everything. And with the way things have been going up and land, and this is
Mhm.
a new area everyone's excited to move to, that if we put the house on the market right now without making any kind of cosmetic changes to it, we could get $700,000 for it.
Holy.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
I'm waiting for
Great
the million.
investment. Yeah, I would. Hell yeah.
Right. Because
Won't
it's
be
like
long
you
at
can
this
sell
rate.
in this market, but then you still have to turn around and buy in this market.
Yeah.
So,
Right.
Yeah.
So are all the houses equipped with a slot machine or just certain ones?
Just certain ones. That's an
Okay.
upgrade special, and it's a
Okay.
direct pipeline from the nearest casino that
That's
you can get
nice.
in on like the especially the one that's the jackpot, the super jackpot,
So it
where,
makes it a lot
like
easier for them to take your money.
exactly. It may
Oh,
take a little bit longer for them to come and pay out
yeah.
because have to
Right.
figure out which house it was. But
I would think they would have like did they do at the banks where it would just like suck up the thing you're
The
taking
little
and then it will
tube
shoot the
things.
money back, the little tube.
well, ironically enough, there are slot machines in all of the grocery stores.
Oh
You
wow.
can walk into the 7-Elevens and there are slot machines. There are quite a number of what would be what would be the equivalent? Think of like a little bar, like a little Chili's bar.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like
okay.
a little
All right.
bar and
Built somewhere,
grill
they're all
chain.
over the place. PT's
Okay.
Gold, Dottie's. It's
Okay.
like just like you can find a 7-Eleven on every corner, you can find like a Dottie's and go
Okay.
in and play your Keno and play your slot machines and eat
Okay.
your food and you can find the regulars that are always there. So there's a slot machine in just about every place. It really is.
Even in
Not
suburbia.
anything you get used to,
Even
Yeah,
out
I
in
can
suburbia.
imagine.
even out in suburbia.
Man, that's crazy.
Are there the wedding chapels out like that too, or are they mainly around the strip and downtown?
They're mainly around the strip of downtown. There's a couple of them that are kind of off strip, but you actually find more wedding venues that are more mainstream, like you would like, oh, I found a place, we're gonna rent it and decorate it and
Yeah.
stuff. But you still get the odd occasional, like, going to a wedding and look, we had an Elvis impersonator who married us and things like that. So
So speaking of Elvis impersonator, I heard something a while back that they are no longer allowed to have like the Elvis impersonator, but something to do with estates. Elvis's estate or is that true or no?
the not true, they did find a loophole
Oh, did they? Okay.
around that. Yeah, of
Love
course they're gonna find a
loopholes.
loophole for that. So ironically, this is my second time to live in Las Vegas. I followed husband number 1 out here the first time.
Oh
And
wow.
and at the time then, that was like 98 to 2000, I worked at the Flamingo Wedding Chapel.
Oh, cool.
And
Wow.
the Elvis impersonator that would come, Eddie, that would come to our chapel and do ours was actually in the movie not Leaving Las Vegas. What's the one? Nicolas Cage and Sarah Jessica Parker and James Caan.
I know exactly the one you're
Where
talking about.
all the parachuting
They're
Elvi
shooting Elvis. Elvis
Yes.
and stuff that
Elvi.
he gets married by at that that's Eddie. He was actually in that one and
Was it
stuff, so
Honeymoon in Vegas?
there it is. That's
Yeah.
it. Yep,
Yeah.
Honeymoon in Vegas.
A
So
gaggle of Elvises.
gaggle of
flock of
A
Elvises.
Elvises.
gaggle
Yeah.
a gaggle of Elvises.
But no,
Elvi.
I don't go it's everything is pretty mainstream of, like, oh, it's so clean and flashy. Now I will say one of the really cool things about being here is everybody in the world goes on tour and they make a stop in Vegas. So I have seen some amazing concerts
Can only imagine.
in the last couple of years. The last one I just did was Pink.
Oh,
And
I love
oh my
Pink.
God, that woman slays. And then
She's amazing.
yeah.
Yeah. I love Pink.
Gaga, Adele, Gwen
Did you
Stefani,
did you
Katy
get to go to the
Perry,
did you get to go to the Gaga show where
the
she did
piano version.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Oh
Yes.
my God. I bet that was incredible.
That was
Oh,
an
man.
experience. Very intimate. It was way cool. You got a whole different side
Yeah.
than when you think of raw, it's like,
Yeah.
so yeah,
She
go ahead.
I love Lady Gaga. She is unbelievable.
But I'm looking forward
There you
to, because I
go.
haven't been to this particular venue yet, but coming up November 1st, I'll be going to the Sphere to see the Eagles.
Oh, I'm jealous.
Cool.
I wanted to go to that, but we just cannot do it.
Tickets.
Not after going to Ireland and New York and all that this summer. It's just kind of out of our reach.
Yeah.
Also, we're broke.
YouTube
So that
definitely wasn't in the budget. So
helps. Yeah. Man, that's awesome. And I that was the main reason I wanted to go was just to see that venue. I've heard
Mhm.
it's just amazing.
you can still do tours, and they
Oh,
do like a little film. Imagine, so for us locals there, like Fort Worth Nature Museum, the plant, not the planetarium. What's the other one? Like the
Botanical
big,
Gardens. Oh, Casa
the
Mañana. There's a
the
planetarium there, right? But
the
I
planet.
know.
It's not the planetarium, but it's the big surround. Like we would go on the field trips in school, and they would take us, and it's the big
Yeah,
huge dome, and they would play the movie, and it looks like you're flying over the Serengeti and all that stuff. And
yeah. Yeah. I
yeah,
know what you're
kind of
talking
like
about.
Disneyland and that fly
Flight of
and stuff.
Passage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they do a whole thing on that, like up
That's
on the sphere. And it's really cool because I've had friends that have gone and saw you too, and they said there is absolutely no bad seat in the house. Even if you're way up in the cheap
really.
ass like nosebleed area, that there's not a bad seat in the house at all, period.
I would think I would want to sit further up just so I could get a whole.
See
See
everything.
everything. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's really cool.
Yeah.
So is it does I know they have like animation and stuff on the outside, like a big eyeball and all that kind of stuff. Is that on all the time?
It
And
is.
and is it distracting? Because it seems like it would be distracting to me.
It kind of can be, but so my husband drives for Uber and Lyft, and
Mhm.
I'll just randomly get pictures every now and then. He'll be like, "Look what this sphere is doing now." It was really fun last year, which it's coming up again in November, but Formula One had its debut here last year, which that was asinine and construction and awful. But there's a picture of it, of him, like the yellow smiley face,
Mhm.
but wearing like an F1 hat, and he's doing like a side eye, like he's looking, like watching, like, I see you, and then you see the cars like racing by. Like, so
That's
he's like
cool.
looking like, I see you, like watching the race and stuff.
Oh,
So
Wow.
it
man.
was kind of cool. So
That's really cool.
yeah,
That is
let's
Well,
that is
see.
amazing.
I think Vegas deserves a toast. Shane, you gonna make one up while the swap
Oh,
for us?
no, I have one that I made up a long time ago
Well,
because
that's even better
I'm
because it's
not so good with spot making.
well, neither am I. If there's one thing I'm good at, I have not figured it out yet.
You will get there.
Yeah.
Well, moments are like butterflies. If you try to capture them, they'll flutter out of your grasp. Life is like your next beer. Drink it in, then fill it up again.
Oh, very nice.
That was a good one.
I wrote some in my book.
He's the Christopherson of toasts.
It's not
Oh,
true.
Flashback to another
yeah.
round.
I know, right?
Yeah.
It's a callback.
Here's a
So
fun
living in-
fact. I'm sorry,
Oh.
go ahead.
I was just say, living in Vegas, do you have to sell drugs, or is it just something that they do?
No,
in
that's
some
two's
places?
optional. When you hit middle school, they give you that option. Yes, I want to go down this path, or no, I want to go down this path.
Yeah.
Kinda like
That's
if
been the interesting thing too, as as marijuana has been legalized, is all the different places that have popped up. I mean, I can literally
dispensaries.
go like to the next stoplight and go, yeah, I'll take some buds, I'll take some gummies, I'll take,
That's nice.
so we are
It's like
a 420
after
friendly
service,
house.
Nice.
Not that I have, but my other adults in this house definitely do. I had a bad experience, and I said, nope, that's enough. I could do that again. So,
And
but it
I have-
helps calm and anxiety and
Yeah.
and different things. I have a friend that gives it to their dogs all the time
Mm.
when they're going to leave the house
Wow.
for, yeah. So you name it, and it's pretty much here. So
We give the CBD to our dog. They have dog treats and stuff, and that seems to help him a little bit. I've done like some gummies, and like some of them, like I got them from my brother-in-law, and he goes, I would just take like a half of one, don't take a whole one. So I took his advice, and it was way too strong. And then the next time I just took a quarter of one and it was still too strong. But I had such a bad experience smoking a bowl with a friend of mine many years ago that I will rarely ever smoke anymore. I did when I went to Denver and with a friend, and I went to a dispensary and asked for something for a lightweight, that's something that would make me relaxed and, ease my anxiety. And what he gave me was amazing. And I was like, no, I could smoke it if it was like that. But
You know how you go to
And
Starbucks or other places and there's a barista, or you go
mhm,
wine, you've got a sommelier. They actually have people in these dispensaries that is their job,
yeah,
is that you do that. You go up and ask them. I'm like, okay, well, let me ask a few questions. Do you like this and this? And they're like, and they'll present you with these different options and know all the history. Like this was
yeah.
made, in 2 counties over. And, it's just okay.
And
so
they
you can go
usually know
in.
their, yeah, they usually know their shit too. I'm like the guy got me because I know exactly what you need. This is what it is, blah, blah, blah. And he was absolutely right.
So you can ease your anxiety or ease your pain, and find the right stuff to do that without worrying about it having some who knows what in it. If
Right.
it's not legal and you have to buy something off, well, not have to, but if it's not legal and you buy something off the street for pain or for anxiety, there's no telling what you'll get in it.
Yeah,
So
it's
Yeah.
cut with too much stuff that it's scary.
yeah,
So,
Yeah. That's,
fun fact about Vegas that most people don't know or realize is that we actually have a ski lodge and a ski lift. You can ski in Vegas. Look at this. If I see your faces, you're
Wow.
get
like,
out.
what? Are you kidding me? So, since I'm way up in the Northwest, we're much closer. So, there's a place called Mount Charleston, which is very close.
Mhm.
And you take one route and you go up to the top of Mount Charleston. There's a lodge of these little cabins up there. There was a restaurant. It burnt down, but they are in the process of rebuilding it. It's a really cool place. And then about 3/4 of the way up is another like lodge hotel, which does a lot of weddings and things like that. Then you take the cut across, so you go over to an area called Lee Canyon. And when you dead end at the top of Lee Canyon, there is the ski lodge. We've actually done the ski lift in the summertime because that's sort of an eye opener. Here it is, say
Yeah.
August, it's 118 degrees. You're melting at the house. Okay,
Yeah.
let's go up to the mountain. So you go up to the top, you get on ski lift, and it's like 70, 72 degrees.
Ooh.
It's
Yeah.
just such that drastic difference. And you're like, oh my God, this is great. And then if we don't get snowfall, they do have the snowmaking machines and stuff.
Okay. I was gonna ask.
Last year, you couldn't even, they've got a webcam up there so you can
Mhm.
see like
fun.
what's going on and the status of things. And it was like almost a blizzard this last like December, January, which that's the other interesting part is we get snowfall late in the season, at least up there in the mountain areas. So it's not unheard of to still see snow going into May and then starting in like November and stuff. So
Wow. And how far is that from you?
that's 20-minute drive,
Holy crap.
wow.
That's
25-minute
awesome.
drive. Yeah.
That's really awesome. Okay, so I have to ask the question that everybody's begging to know.
Yes, the
Uh,
mafia is still here.
Are they really? That is exactly the question I was gonna ask.
I'm so psychic, or is it
You are.
psychotic? I get this confused.
Well, a little bit of both. It's fine.
Yeah. No, mafia is still here. Give me a freaking break. I'm sorry. I
Oh,
can say
wow.
fucking, right?
Yeah, you
Give
can
me
say
a break.
fucking.
Yeah, give me a break. No, it's still rampant, and there
Really?
are
Rampant
quite a
even.
few of the older Italian restaurants
Mhm.
that you can go to, and there was one Piero's has a back room, and it has like the old like the curtains and everything too. And I went in there with my husband one time for lunch, and and you see this table of the stereotypical like it's a scene from The Sopranos at a table in the back room or whatever it is, and they're all sitting there and they're passing around eating the sausages and passing the pasta and whatever, and the one of the waiter guys just goes casually kind of closes the curtain. It
Oh,
was like,
wow.
Wow.
oh, okay. I mean, so they're still here. They just aren't as in your face and learn to hide it. But I guarantee you that, and actually, I think one of the news stations kind of tried to, undercover, well, not undercover, but, go and did some research to find like some of the dummy corporations that own
Yeah.
a lot of the marijuana dispensaries and such around here, or even just the fields that grow it.
So is
So
that their main business now? Is that, or are they involved in any of the casinos, or do you know?
there is rumor that they are tied to one of the casinos that has been around for a while, but
Mhm.
I'm not going to say which.
Okay.
But
Is it Circuit
because,
Circus?
oh God, someone please, and all this stuff when they go and they're like, oh, we're going to tear this one down and build this one here.
Yeah.
Why is Circus Circus still there? Oh my God,
Right.
it's such an eyesore. But
Is it really?
it is, and our mutual friend, Mr. Ken, Mr.
Mhm.
Sarmiento, could absolutely tell you it does not look like it's been renovated since the 70s.
Oh,
It
wow.
still has that smell like some poor homeless man peed in the corner.
Uh,
And it just
So
is,
that's
but
still there.
yeah,
Wow.
totally is.
The
Yep.
stain, yeah.
That stain,
Uh,
Jay, you made is still there.
oh,
But
awesome.
when rooms are $12, $19,
Yeah.
even, for a weekend stay, people are going to flock because it's cheap. Oh, I can go to
Yeah.
Vegas because I can stay here because it's cheap. And it's
I can
like,
deal with the pea smell for $12 a night.
yeah. Which then I look at
Can
I'm
you
going, let me look at my rewards points. Let's see, Caesars. Well, and I did the other day. I kind of play a lot of poker in slot machines. So Caesars and Caesars rewards. So all their different properties, like I could stay for like 14 days in December, like at Paris or Planet Hollywood or Horseshoe. I think even like Flamingo and stuff, I could stay their comp rooms
wow.
Wow.
because they're just like going, no one's coming. So go ahead. You want to take a room? You can take a room. And I have to pay like resort fees up front, but then I get those reimbursed.
That's awesome.
So it'd
Wow.
be like going, hey, girls, so a lot of times we'll book it and we trade off. Who needs a
Yeah.
night off? Friend wants to go down there. The girls have
Yeah.
gone and done staycations. And sometimes with John and his work schedule, it's like, okay, I'm going to stay down here for a few days. So I have to come all the way home because he's got a Tesla. So there are lots of chargers around the area. So yeah, it just kind of works out.
That's really cool.
That
That's
sounds
really
like a Beer
cool.
Thursday trip right there.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
It does. It does. Record
Yeah.
in person.
I was just thinking about the last time we were there, we got we got duped into doing one of those real estate things where you go and they try to sell you some property.
Here, we'll give
And
you free tickets to see Blue Man Group or some
yeah,
Cirque du Soleil show that no one really wants to go to. Yeah.
so we did they gave us like I think it was tickets to see Absinthe. And so we're like, yeah, it sounds good. I've heard it. It's heard it's good. So we sat through all that BS just for that. And it was, you know, it didn't take that much of our time. So it was worth it, but because the show was cool. But yeah, we were there one time and the guy tried to stop Robin and she's like, I'm not interested. And he like kept bugging me. And he said, look, she's like, look, I said, I'm not interested. Please leave me alone. And so I walked by him and he goes, hey, sorry about your wife being such a bitch. And I'm like, oh,
Oh,
oh no,
Jay's about to go to jail because he's going to.
no. Yeah, I wasn't worried about me going to jail because I didn't have to. I didn't even get an opportunity to say anything to the guy. I was like, dude, you just fucked yourself because she's gonna beat the shit out. Like, like she went after him and
Wow.
I like had to stop her. I'm like, that's my wife.
I'm so proud.
Yeah,
I'm
I
proud of
was.
her too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
So
so how often do you go to the strip or downtown?
Sometimes I'll go months without going down there. And other times I might be down there a couple times a week. It just depends. When the Series of Poker is going on, a lot of the other casinos on the strip will do, like, go, hey, I played in the World Series of Poker and I busted out super ass quick.
Right.
So let me go find some other tournaments that I can play in. So a lot of the other ones will do,
Ah,
like Pelagio's,
yeah.
Venetian, MGM Grand, do a lot of their own sort of comparable kind of thing going on. So people will then go by in and do those things. There's a lot of the
Cool.
local casinos, though. I would say for locals, we don't go to the strip too often. If we're gonna do our get our gamble on, we like Santa Fe Station. There's the station casinos. There's a family of those. Santa Fe Station is like 4 exits away from me. So I'm usually there. They have a poker room that they just redid. I like go in there. There's another one, the Orleans, that one also off strip. For those that are more towards Henderson, Green Valley to the south, Boulder City, they usually go to, there's a whole Green Valley Station or Samstown. Samstown is legend and everything there too. So
Yeah. Heard of that
Wow.
one.
I have too. It's Vegas is a lot. There's a lot more to Vegas than just the strip.
yeah, they're in that, and you're like, oh, I'm coming to gamble. Okay. But there's,
Yeah.
and like one of my favorite bars is not on the strip. It's in
hmm
Chinatown, the Golden Tiki Room.
There's a
Nice.
Give
Chinatown
them a
in
plug if
Vegas.
they're listening.
Nice.
But it's imagine Pirates of the Caribbean coming to life inside a bar,
Nice. Love
and
it.
they serve they serve Dole Whip, and you get it floated with like pineapple vodka or
Oh,
Captain Morgan. They have like
Nice.
Hemingway's original daiquiri. They just have a great menu, and especially they have the best one of the best happy hours of stuff. And we'll go in there and just get towed up, and
I
then you
love
can
that.
stagger down a few doors down, and there's the karaoke place.
Yeah.
Go sing, get sober, and then drive or go back past Golden Tiki and down like 4 more doors, and there's Lee's Sandwiches, which is open 24 hours. And they do European sandwiches and Vietnamese sandwiches. And so if you go all the
Yeah.
way to the end, it's one of the best dim sum and hand shaved and hand pulled noodles that you can get in the city. So yeah.
Wow.
fine.
Have you been? So one of our favorite places to go, and it's actually on the strip, but it's the Peppermill.
Yes.
I
Love the
I,
Peppermill.
I love the Peppermill.
Yes. They
We
have
the first time.
huge desserts.
Oh yeah, and so the first time we went, the went there, we were at the restaurant, and then we went to the back, and I'm like, oh my god, this is so fucking cool.
The
It's
Ultra
like,
Lounge.
yeah, it's dark, and there's the fire pit, and there's the whole, yeah, and that's where we did a little surprise birthday for my wife in Vegas, and we surprised her there in that bar, and it's just cool. I love that.
You can find sometimes at like 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, a Penn and Teller. That's like one of his favorite places to go.
Really? Oh,
Yeah.
that's cool.
And ironically, so we are through softball. My girls do softball. My husband coaches and is on the board for one of the softball groups around here. And one of his coaches that he used to coach a team with, she is actually their general manager and stuff and has been with them for 20 something years. And they're actually
Wow.
celebrating their
Wow.
50th year this year. But there was one night where he was like, hey, weren't you here at the field? And she sent a picture of Penn and Teller on the either side of Jimmy Kimmel. And she goes, kind of out of town working. He's like, oh shit, sorry. But so, my youngest daughter actually went to go work for them for a while. So
Really?
she was doing the merchandising thing, but she also got to go backstage and had to stock snacks in their green room is actually called the monkey room because it is covered in all kinds of monkeys, everything you can think of and stuff.
Awesome.
So Penn's kid was in there, Moxie.
Huh?
And so Amanda and Moxie became really good friends and they still kind of text each other now and then. But there'd be times when either Penn or Teller would be in there and she'd have to get their signature on items that she was going to sell in the store. So
Yeah.
they're really super fun. They're really cool. They're, you know, they're very, very nice gentlemen and been in the business forever, you know. But so
Yeah.
that's kind of a fun
That's
fact
awesome.
thing.
I've always wanted to see one of their shows, just never have. But they just, I watched that Penn and Teller Fool Us,
Mm-hmm.
and that's fun. Moxie was on there one time. She performed.
And I was there at that taping that
she fooled
time.
them, I
I took
believe.
my mom. Yep. So
Yeah.
we got free tickets, and that's the fun thing is when they do the tapings here at the theater in Rio, you get free tickets and you go and you can sit while they do recordings and things like that. And
Nice.
if next time you come and you want to see Penn and Teller their show, I can get you free tickets for that too.
Oh, dude. Okay.
Ooh.
Nice.
And in the little VIP section. Hey,
Nice. All right. I'll tuck that back in there.
there you go.
Right there.
Yes,
do you-
zip your pants up. Oh, I'm sorry.
What are you
That's not
talking
what we were talking about.
Hey, it's come full circle.
Hey,
Oh, you made a pun.
Hey now.
about semen?
So this was great. Thank you for sharing some information for our listening pleasure about Las Vegas. And I feel like maybe it's time to wrap this motherfucker up. What do you say, Shayne?
Let's wrap it up.
All right. Well,
Does that
hey,
mean you want me to wrap it up? Do you want me to
No,
land?
I'll-
I landed
I'll
the
wrap
last
it up.
plane.
take a gamble.
I'm
Look
gonna-
what I did there.
Roll the
Yeah, I see
dice,
what you
roll the
did.
dice.
I see what we did. Well, I'm gonna take a roll. The dice.
The guys.
The dice.
You
The
gotta
dice.
say something else.
I don't know
Jay,
why
drink
I
more.
want to do that. Oh, hold on just a second. Hold on a second.
There it is.
That's better.
There
Okay,
it
well,
is.
if you enjoyed listening to Beer Thursday, it kind of surprises me, but I think you probably enjoyed this one because we actually had an intelligent human being on here, and unlike most other times. But we want to thank you for listening. We hope you will come back every week to your favorite apparatus to which you stream podcasts. And if you like what you hear, we'd love to hear from you with your thoughts, your general observations, your suggestions, your toast ideas, or maybe you have some tips for us on how to be better at this job. Either way, we would love to hear from you, and we'd love for you to be a patron like our friend Kiki is. She'll tell you it's the best thing that ever happened to anyone.
Absolutely. Ever.
See?
Better than moving to Vegas.
Well,
When it's 120 degrees, yes.
oh my gosh. I don't do heat very well. I'm going to be honest with you. But I'm going to be honest with you too, folks. We're done for today. So come back next week. Same bat time, same bat podcast. And we'll talk to you then. And we'll be here. Uh-oh, it's happening, Shayne. I'm rambling again. I can't
Stop it,
stop
stop it,
myself.
stop it,
Come back
stop it.
next week
Make
for
it
another
in.
exciting round of Beer